have a story to tell you today. A story you are not going to believe. I wouldn't believe it either if I hadn't seen it with my own two eyes. But let me tell you, this is a story about the Wonder Team. Jay, Adriana, Tinsley, Xander, Naomi, and Noelle, and how they woke a sleeping dragon in my front yard. I swear. Let me show you first, if you don't believe me. This is the dragon as she's gone back to sleep. She's sleeping now. And this is part of where she tore up the yard when she was woke up from her nap. Her long, long nap. Here's what happened. So one hot summer day, Jay, Adriana, Tinsley, Xander, Naomi, and Noelle were at Grammy and Pop-Pop's house while their parents, I don't know, they went to do something without the kids, grown-up things. They were bored. They were real bored because there's really not much to do at Grammy's house. There's coloring books, but there's no Xbox. There's Disney Plus, but you get tired of watching that after a while. There's not really any toys. And Grammy's always busy doing other stuff. She'll read to you, but she doesn't really play. Not fun stuff. So anyway, Adriana said, man, let's go find something to do. And Jay said, I have an idea. So everybody jumped. He said, let's go out front. So they opened the front door. They walked outside. Grammy yelled, what are you guys doing? Where are you going? We're just going out front to play, Grammy, they all said together. She said, okay, but don't go near that road and don't let the dogs out, okay? Tyson and Zoe were the two dogs that were there, and they were a pain in the butt. They didn't listen very well. Anyway, they said, okay, Grammy, and they went outside. So they're outside, throwing a ball. And there was you saw it, the root in Grammy's yard. They were throwing rocks at that root because they didn't really know what to do. They were thinking about exploring in the woods, maybe doing something. And Jay said, man, I'm so bored. I just want something to do. I wish my mommy and daddy would come back. All of a sudden, they heard this big, like a really weird noise. It sounded like a tree breaking. They said, what, hey, what was that? Tinsley said, I think it was a car. They said, no, that wasn't a car, Tins. They heard it again. Creak. They jumped. They thought about running inside, but they wanted to explore. Naomi said, I think it was a tree breaking down. They said, cool, let's go see. Noelle said, I don't think we should. And Xander said, yeah, we should. Let's go. He was the adventurous one. So off they run, and all of a sudden, the ground under their feet started to shake. What the heck? That was kind of scary. Now they weren't real sure about exploring. But nobody wanted to admit they were scared. Adriana and Jay looked at each other. She said, what do you think we should do? He said, come on, let's go. All of a sudden, the cracking noise got louder and louder. The ground was shaking really bad, and the dirt started to rise up. And that tree branch that they had been throwing rocks at, it blinked. It blinked. An eye, a big black eye, opened up and stared at them, rolling back and forth and back and forth. They all screamed, but before they could run, it came all the way out of the ground, lifted its head up, and it was a dragon. A dragon in Grammy's front yard. The dragon had beautiful blue and green and pink and purple and gold scales that shimmered and sparkled in the sunlight. Big black eyes. And when it yawned, yes, the dragon yawned, they woke it up from its nap. A puff of smoke came out of its mouth. They were all so scared they couldn't move. They just stood there staring at this dragon that was staring back at them. Suddenly, Jay was like, Grammy? But he couldn't yell it. He was too scared to yell. He was afraid the dragon would move. But the dragon heard him anyway, and she turned her head and looked at him. And she talked. She said, "Was it you that woke me from my sleep?" Jay didn't even know what to say. Adriana started backing up and grabbed Tinsley's hand. And Noelle, who was on her left, she grabbed her hand and she was trying to drag them backwards. But the dragon turned. "Where do you think you're going? Was it you that woke me up?" Adriana said, "It wasn't me. It was him." And she pointed at Jay. She said, "I think it was all of you. I'm pretty sure you all woke me up. Do you have no respect for my sleep? My beauty sleep?" They didn't know what to say to that. Stay tuned to see what happens next after they woke the sleeping dragon.